Hello everyone, my name is Cam, I hope you are all doing okay, and today we are going to be discussing PES 2022 and topics surrounding the game, from the E3 cancellation to my expectations of the game. So let us start with my expectations for PES 2022. This is something that I have been asked a lot on Twitter and on YouTube, so my expectations for this year's game are low, and I am going to explain why that is. So there is no secret that past hardware and engine changes ended up affecting PES 2008 and 14 respectively, to a point where PES was being called a dying series, and not to mention the rise and success of FIFA in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. This year's game will also be the first on the Unreal Engine, so I do not expect the formula to be perfect despite the game being in development since 2018. An article which was found from 2012 also stated that the next gen title back then, which was PES 2014, was also in development for around 3 years on the Fox engine, but despite that it still felt like a product that was rushed and shouldn't have been released. But with annual sports games and the constant success and rise of FIFA, something needed to be released from Konami back in 2013. Just like how PES 2021 was only a season update, Konami cannot afford to skip a new season whether the format of the game was agreed or disagreed on by the community. But as we all know, the seasonal update hopefully serves its purpose for the success of this year's game. And not to mention the global pandemic, which has halted and affected everyone around the world. But the teaser trailer from last year has generated so much hype that we are just waiting for the next piece of information regarding the game. Going into this year's game, there is a big pressure to succeed due to taking a year off for development reasons, and because we have been playing the same base of gameplay since September 2019, so people are expecting something refreshing going into the game. So my expectations in a nutshell are low, because with the past hardware issues from 2 generations, a global pandemic and the new engine all culminating into one, I am not expecting a show-stopping game this year. But that does not mean I do not want the game to succeed. I just don't want to overhype myself just to be let down. We do deserve a good football game, especially this year. As I've said, we have been loyal to the fact that the game, which is now currently PES 2021, is PES 2020 with an updated feel to make it relevant to the current season, yet keeping the same base of gameplay. I still want this game to bring something to the table which will keep fans playing instead of steering them away. Next we move on to E3. So Konami was scheduled to be at this year's online only event, but they ended up backing out due to timing. Now I am still disappointed due to the fact that there is no ETA on seeing something new for PES 2022, but what I will say is that I do feel that this is to do with other IPs than it is with PES. There has been massive rumours of a Metal Gear Solid remake, and even the non-stop speculation of Silent Hill returning, among other IPs such as Castlevania, Bomberman and Contra. Now the reason why I feel PES is not in trouble is because we actually got the first teaser last year with communication regarding the testing of the game and their expectations of release. Last year's teaser was a shock to everyone because we were expecting something to do with PES 2021's format, but we got a teaser for 22 instead. Now again, going back to the situation which I mentioned before with annual sports releases, I do believe that there will be a release this year, whether it succeeds to critical acclaim or not. Konami cannot afford to take a year off, as I've said before, whilst their rivals are expecting to release this year also. Like I've also said before, do not expect the game to be a showstopper this year, but despite the E3 delays and the world complications that we are going through, expect the game to release as usual. Now in terms of communication between Konami and the community regarding PES, well, it's not been great for the past couple of years. Maybe even longer than that, and I still feel it is regressing as times go on. For example, data packs are now to the surprise of the community and not publicly revealed. Content within the data packs are to be data mined to find the full extent of the updates. Gameplay changes are never specified, yet with each data pack the game feels different and not in in a good way. Also, a Facebook page was created for us to be closer to the development team, but the last time it was active was September of last year. Konami for some reason has resorted to so much secrecy regarding PES's content and communication that it is affecting the trust within the community. So here is E3 2019's presentation team for PES 2020. From left to right we have Lenibo, Robbie Ron, Adam Batty and Andre Bronzoni. Two have left the company, being Lenibo and Andre Bronzoni. Adam has taken more of an all-around role with Konami, so it's not just PES anymore he's focusing on commercially. Commercially, he's focusing on all games under the Konami name, and Robbie Ron is still specifically with PES. And the sad thing is that none of these roles have been replaced, which is concerning at this moment in time, as we don't really have a key figure regarding the community of PES in Europe. I hope that Konami are planning for new community managers or brand managers for PES, because right now it doesn't look good with many departures and no replacements coming in. So with everything that I have spoken about today, hopefully something can come good from each of the topics that I have spoken about. I do hope the game can do well in its first year with all the previous complications of the past and the current events, which has been difficult for everyone around the world. The game is expected to deliver one way or another, whether your expectations are high, medium or low, but whether it will succeed or not, we have no idea. But I can safely say on behalf of everyone that we are indeed excited and we are ready for a new era of PES. So thank you to everyone who has watched today's video. If you are interested in the latest news, rumours and speculation for Pro Evolution Soccer, consider subscribing to this channel for your news in an informative way. I also have a PES Discord. If you want to join, the link is in the description below. And as always, my name is Cam. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you all in the next one.